Welcome to a new video. Um, my name is Ludin Vesuvius Remarks, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make prank calls on a Mac OS device. So for starters, what I'm going to show you is one of the most important things, which is setting up your audio. As you can see here, I'm on a website called softonic.com, and I'm going to download a software called Soundflower for Mac. Now, Soundflower is a particular audio rerouting device that allows you to reroute any audio coming from outside of your computer to your inside. So the only thing that we're going to be capturing and listening to is only audio from within our device. And this is essential if you're prank calling, because in that way you won't have to capture any background noise from outside. And Soundflower is for free, so you don't have to worry about paying a subscription or anything like that, because this particular device is free, and I've found it really good for prank calls. It captures all the audio that I use that I would have never been able to use if it wasn't for this particular software right here. So it's going to show up as something called soundboard-2.ob2, which if you click on it, it's going to show as a mountable uh, piece around here called right here. You're going to have like your license, text, rate me, how to uninstall. But we're only caring about installing the package. And as you can see here, we cannot open it because it's from an unidentified developer, which is okay. That means that we will have to go through our system preferences and make sure that we are able to download it from any particular developer. So once you click on system preferences, it's going to take you to this part right here. You will have to go to security and privacy, double click on it. It's going to take a while, but okay, as you can see here, we have four tabs: general, firewall, privacy. Right down here, you're going to see something called open anyway. It's saying that Sunflower package is blocked from opening because it's not from an identified developer. So open it anyway, click on open, and what that's going to do is going to open the installation package for Sunflower. So you have to go through, click on continue, continue, continue. I don't have to do this because I already have, like I mentioned before, I already have Sunflower, so I won't have to go through that procedure. So let me just close these windows. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is for Mac OS users, we will have to go through an application that we have on Mac. I believe that this is already installed in the Mac, in any Mac computer. And it's called Audio MIDI. So Audio MIDI shows you the built-in input, the built-in output. So basically, all the audio devices that we have currently available. And as you can see here, we have Soundflower 2CH right here, and uh, Soundflower 64CH, which we will not worry about that much. What we care about mostly is about Soundflower 2CH, which is 2 channels. You don't need 64 channels. Um, Now, one thing that we have to keep in mind, um, I'm trying to check the hertz. It doesn't matter as much. It's just formatted to pick up any kind of audio, depending on the frequency of the audio. I leave it at 48 hertz, but or 44, doesn't matter. Now, right now, what I'm going to do, as you can see here, you notice that there's something called multi-output device, and this is essential because it's going to channel all the audio that you currently have on disposal right now. That's going to reroute all the audio from your normal output to the Soundflower. Shoot, my audio just crashed, so I have to find it again. For whatever reason, it just crashed by itself. It's totally fine. So I click on it again. You would have to create a multi-output device so that way you can reroute any audio from any device, audio device, from any output, whether it's an AirPod or any kind of external hard drive, into Soundflower. So that way it could pick up all the built-in, all the outputs from there into Soundflower. So what we do is we click on this plus mark and we just click on create multi-output device. Now I'm not going to go through all the details, but what you would have to do is, let me hit ignore. You would have to click on the use check mark on all these for Soundflower's 2CH and built-in output, and drift the connection from built-in output to the Soundflower 2CH. So as you can see here, I check marked drift connection. And your master device is going to be Soundflower 2CH for multi-output device. So yeah, so that's already configured. And so now what's going to happen is um, any kind of audio device that is going to be used as an output, whenever you click on the check mark, it's going to reroute it to the Soundflower 2CH channel device, audio device. So right now I'm just going to delete this multi-output device because I don't need it. I already have it on my computer, so it's not necessary. And I'm going to X out of audio media because the output and the input for audio is already set up. And as you can see here, when I go up to um, the audio device, you're going to see that the output device has multiple selections, which one of them being multi-output device, which you want to have as the output. And if you click on System Preferences right now, I'm going to click on System Preferences and go to Sound. You're going to see that my input is going to have 2CH, which should be like that. If you want to capture all the audio from there, from the computer all the way in there and be rerouted to that particular spot. And the output is going to be multi-output device, which is act as an aggregated device that's going to pick up all the audio from your computer and transfer it out to CH. So you X out of that. So we already took care of the audio section, so bravo. Now the next thing that we're going to need to do is we would have to work on, let me take a look at, we will have to find a good recording software, and my favorite one is Audacity. And the good thing about Audacity is that it's compatible with Mac and Windows computers, and it's also free. So it's free to use. So if you download it, it's for free. Uh, it's pretty good for picking up audio from the computer, depending on whatever kind of audio that you currently use. So I already have audio. I already have Audacity. When you download it, you have to drag the application to the app. The app to the application folder. And if you take a look, we have Audacity already set up. Audacity is really good with recording. I also have Audio Hijack, but I don't highly recommend Audio Hijack just because sometimes it has been known to create echoes on anyone's computer. So I wouldn't recommend using Audio Hijack. I would highly recommend using Audacity, especially if you have low tone volume from your soundboards or your prank calls. You could definitely modify them on Audacity easily compared to Audio Hijack, which requires a lot of skill. So right here, as you can see here, this is the Audacity interface. So you're going to see that we have built-in input, and so the input is right here where I was originally dragging my cursor. Now you click on preferences. I will there's not much to touch on preferences, uh, but what I would do is check and see that everything is correct. Now, one of the things that I had trouble with when I was starting out as a prank caller was the fact that I had activated recording on as enabled. I'm going through all these settings just to make sure that things are correct. But one of the things that we're, and as you can see, the sampling, you don't have to touch anything around in these settings. Everything's correct. Everything's working fine. Now, when we go to recording, I used to have this enabled. The problem with sound activated recording is that sometimes it will cut off the audio from anything that you were using. So if you were calling someone, sometimes it would cut off sometimes the sound of the person that you were talking to. Obviously, for built-in input, we would have to switch it to Soundflower, and your output would have to be whatever device you're using. So if you're using your computer to collect audio for your output, it would have to be a multi-output device right here. Um, but AirPods would be also beneficial if you want to hear what you're listening. Um, so everything looks fine. You click on Samsung PCH for your output. So I'm dragging this right around here. Obviously, my output would be multi-output device. So basically, whatever you have as an output would have to be translatable in your Audacity uh, software whenever you're recording, as well as your input. As you can see here, so my output would be a multi-output device. Now I'm clicking on soundboards. So here's my collection of soundboards. One thing that you have to know is that soundboards are pretty cool. They're pretty decent. I already have this on my, and my favorite one is the Ed Powell soundboard. Let me check and see Audacity. So I'm clicking on preferences on Audacity. So I'm removing the enable button, and I'm just disabling that because the problem with, so if I'll show you what's the problem with enabling um, sound recording activation, sound activation recording, is that sometimes any phrase that you would use for your soundboard might be cut off, and you might not capture the whole entire thing. So just safe, uh, for safe reasons, whenever you're clicking on preferences, just disable sound activated recording, which means that if you click on record, it's just going to continue recording no matter whether there's a sound or not. And you can see that I was able to record the something from Ed Powell that he said, and you'll be able to listen it once you're trying to go back to the Audacity um, uh, the Audacity interface. Nothing much can be touched in the settings. There's not much to fix or fiddle with unless you're a big guy in sound or a producer and you want to switch things up. If you wanted to amplify the sounds of whatever soundboard or any call you were making, you would have to click on amplify from the effects, and that would amplify or increase the volume of the sound that you're playing. So, so right now we're playing. Oh, for some reason, my Audacity software is not going so well. It's not playing the sound for whatever reason. I'm trying to fix it. Shoot. For some reason, this thing is not working so correctly. I'm trying to disable the sound activated recording, and for some reason, it's not playing it back. What can we do? It's whatever. Not much can be done over here. I was trying to fix it, but for some reason, it's not doing anything. Even if I click play back, it's not moving. uh, yeah, might be a bug for whatever reason, but it's fine. I'm trying to, I don't know. Also, one cool thing about Audacity is that you could clip out any kind of silence that you might have between calls, so that way you could have precise calls where you won't have to have that much long silences on your prank calls. Um, so as you can see here, I'm highlighting this spot. I highlighted dragging it with the right click and dragging it. And then once that's done, I just hit delete. And as you're going to see in a moment, it deleted that silence part. There's a whole lot of things that you have to cover for Audacity. I would suggest for you to investigate on your own what you can do if you want to amplify the pitch or whatever for your prank call. So I'm gonna okay. So I'm going to let's see. So I'm gonna show you another thing. Another cool thing about soundboards is most of the soundboards that you see that I have were I've gotten them from a particular website called bloodymargie.wordpress.com. And in this particular website, it was made by someone named Slightly Bloody Margie. I think I think he or she has like in their YouTube channel, they have um, old prank calls from pranks, Commander Running Man, and other people. They're no longer doing soundboards anymore, soundboard prank calls anymore. So as you can see here, I go to this particular website called Soundboards from Bloody Margie. I click on it, and as you can see here, if you scroll down on the website, you're gonna see you're gonna see multiple soundboards from like Al the Drunk, um, which I have. I have the Al the Drunk mega board. You're scrolling through. You could click on any of these, and if you click on them, it's gonna be able to download a folder with the MP3 files of all those soundboards. Another website that you could use to do soundboards is a website called deviantart.com. Now, one thing that you would have to know from deviantart.com is the fact that DeviantArt, as I think as of 2018, I believe, as of 2018 or 2019, DeviantArt no longer or Chrome, basically Google Chrome no longer accepts Flash. So if I try clicking on this one on this website for the Frank Megaboard, which I like using a lot sometimes, and it was made by Blade 69, 619, who was a previous caller, one of the original callers to Frank Gehry, and he made the Megaboard and he posted it on DeviantArt. As you can see here, Adobe Flash Player is blocked on the Google Chrome. So your safe bet would be to use, if you want to use soundboards from DeviantArt.com, would be to use Firefox. So I'm going to go to the DeviantArt website. I'm going to there right now, and I like using the mega board that was created by the Blades. Blades is such a great caller. And he helped create this particular mega board. I like using this particular mega board for Frank Gehry just because it's really prolific. He has I think he has all his lines available on the internet, available that people were able to use and discover. A lot of prank callers that I'm most fond of are harassment caller and Stillwell Department of DPS as well as Duncan Fear. I think there are some of the really great prolific prank Gary soundboard prank callers out there. I wouldn't recommend using any soundboard from Newgrounds because of the fact that they're not so good compared. They don't have that many lines compared to the ones that you would find on DeviantArt, as you can see here. So it's your choice if you want to create soundboards from these guys, if you want to use from DeviantArt for your prank calls. One thing to know is I used to for calling I would use Skype, and that's only if you want to use Skype for if you have money to buy a subscription. Me, I typically use Text Now or Google Voice. You could create multiple emails through Google Voice and be able to make prank calls right there. Call anyone that you like. Just I used to have Fire RTC, which allows you to use burner phones, but nowadays Fire RTC has ceased to develop new updates to their own system. So you would have to now find other means to use burner phones or anything like that. As you can see here on the DeviantArt website, you are able to run Adobe Flash for Firefox. For some reason, it's taking too long for the Dungeon Megaboards to show up. So as long as you have Soundflower 2CH as your output, as your input, and multi-output device as your output, that's all the things that matters. Especially if you have it set up in the same way for Audacity. You'll be able to capture all the sounds coming from not just the soundboard that you're using, but also from the prank call prank call victims that you're calling. Another thing to know is that when you're downloading any soundboard from the Bloody Margie website, you could you have to unpack all of the sound bites from that particular soundboard, and you have to create a sound device for you to be able to pick it up. There's a software called SD Maker that was made by Frank Hill, and what it does is it picks up any folder that has sounds and is able to play it. So as you can see here in my Ed Powell soundboard folder, I have the sounds um, folder right here, and within that sound folder, there's the intro, the numbers, phrases, other things that I was able to compile based on what those MP3 lines would say. Um, so as you can see here, this is Ed Powell. So if I was to try to play these individually, that's what they would tell me. That's what they would say if I tried playing them. Um, Not much can go right into it. If you're more comfortable using DeviantArt, that's totally fine by me. Um, just I just hope that you guys found this video helpful and informative, and hope to hear from you guys. I hope to see you in the next video.